Hi everyone, welcome back to World Tennis. I'm your host Harry Cicma. This broadcast presented by Saddlebrook Resort and Saddlebrook.com. Joining me now, American great, Georgia Bulldog, top 20 in the world. Need I say more? John Isner, an old friend of mine. I remember you from Georgia, interviewing you then, and I can't believe you're top 20 in the world and rising.
Yeah, it's I wouldn't have thought 3 years ago that I'd be in this position. My senior year in college, I knew I was going to go play pro. Top 100 would have been a good accomplishment for me at that time. But I started to see my game improve leaps and bounds, really. And now I'm in the top 20, and there's no reason to stop there. I'm going to keep climbing. The ultimate goal is the top 10.
Why not? I mean, you could definitely do it. You've come close against Federer, against Roddick. I remember that U.S. Open match. I mean, you have the game, you believe. And I'm just going to, ask a loaded question. Craig Boynton, your coach, Saddlebrook Academy, that has to be a big reason why you're this high.
It's really is the only reason. Last March, about 15 months ago or whatnot, I was ranked 150. Wasn't playing well at all. I started working with Craig exclusively, and I went off to Indian Wells then and did really well there. And really ever since last March, my ranking has just gone up the whole time. And I really, owe all that to Craig and the great trainers here at Saddlebrook. I have everything at my disposal here. Obviously, the tennis, the gym, the field. It's everything an athlete could ever ask for. So it's the perfect training ground for me.
You're going up against like animals, so to speak, and Rafael Nadal. I mean, guys like you don't play Jim Courier, but people with that mentality. And I saw you working out with Jason Riley here at Saddlebrook and his assistant. I mean, you're going all out now these days. It looked very painful what you were doing.
Yeah, it's not fun. But I know it's necessary. I know today I worked out my legs, and it was brutal. It took about an hour and 45 minutes. Even though you're in the gym, this humidity and the heat right now, it still gets to you. But it, like I said, it has to be done. I know all my competitors are doing it as well. And if I want to get to that top 10, I got to continue getting stronger and getting fitter. And that's what I'm working on here at Saddlebrook.
For an American guy who played at Georgia, got to battle in that grand stage there, and to be ranked out of the top 100 and then snap and like a year later in the top 20, what goes through your mind? Like, how did this happen?
I really don't know. I mean, when I first came out of college, I did really well. I think I knew at that point that I could make a nice living out of this game, and that was in 2007. And then in 2008, my game kind of regressed from there. I guess you can call it a sophomore slump. It kind of happens to a lot of people that start off real hot. But I really just kind of went back to the drawing board, started working harder on the court, on the practice court, and getting stronger and playing more matches. And with that, that was more experience. And then my third year on tour, which was last year, was a lot better than 2008. And even 2010 has been even better in 2009. So I hope that trend continues for the rest of my career.
How about playing for Georgia? You chose to go to college. A lot of guys aren't doing that. Although, on the contrary, a lot of Americans seem to be. Delic, your friend, is. James Blake went to Harvard. Ryan Sweeting played a little at Florida. Now, you went to Georgia. What is it about college tennis that's attractive to you top players?
It's not that common, really, within the top 150 players in the world. Obviously, there's a lot of foreign players in the pros that don't go to college. But I think for the Americans, it's an easy choice, and I think every American kid, no matter how old they are, should go to college for at least 1-2 years. Only one I can think of that's really made it recently is Sam Querrey without having to go to college, and he's a little bit different story. But for me, I knew it was the right choice. Right choice for me. I wasn't good enough to go out of high school to turn pro. I didn't even have pro aspirations out of high school. I just wanted to get a college scholarship. That's what I did. Went to the University of Georgia, in my opinion, the greatest tennis school you can go to. My game improved so much there. I had everything at my disposal there, like I do here. So that's why I did so well there, and that's what set me up for what I'm doing today.
It helps to know you fulfilled something, too. I mean, to know that you can always fall back on that after you win the U.S. Open, after you win Wimbledon, which hopefully you do. Yeah. I'm rooting for him. Supposed to be unbiased, but I hope he does well. I mean, you always fall back on that degree, and that's obviously special and helps you, feel like you're not lonely on the tour with all your whole college rooting for you.
Exactly. It's a nice luxury that I think guys like myself, Amir, and James have. If it doesn't work out on the tennis court for whatever reason, you can always fall back on that college degree. It takes a little bit of pressure off also. It's something that 98% of the players out there today will probably never have the chance to get.
John Isner here on World Tennis. Great hearing from him. We'll be right back after these messages.